Good evening, Gujarat.
Good evening.
Thank you very much for the warm reception.
ચાલુ છે નંબર જોવાનો હા છે ને
Yes, yes. Good. Now, generally, the guys give me a chance to talk without the help of this PowerPoint presentation. I didn't realize this is actually my first visit to Ahmedabad on behalf of Sabina and Sabina.
લાઈટ નહીં
I take it for granted. Most of you know who we are and what we do as Sabi Labs and what we do as Sabi River. So I'm not getting into speak about that. And I will tell you why I am here today. We are doing something for Gujarat. For the last couple of years, again, my CEO was after me saying, we must develop soft gelatin in vegetarian form. And wherever possible, we must go vegetarian. Otherwise, we will not make an impact in Gujarat. And so we have done it. And for the first time, for India, we are introducing vegetarian soft gelatin capsule. Generally, soft gelatin is made from pork bone and it is considered for the Muslims also. Anything for pork is not acceptable to the Muslim community and as well to a lot of vegetarians. But today we are being able to overcome that, and for the first time in the history of India that we are providing a vegetarian soft gelatin. And to go with that, we have found a super nutrient, not just a nutrient that we are familiar with, a very super nutrient. I think the title I have given for that is the supplement to supplement all other supplements, something like that.
માસ્ટર સપ્લિમેન્ટ
Yeah, the master supplement. Is the handout being good to everybody today? Or you will be giving it
વિલ બી
later?
ગિવિંગ હિમ પબ્લિક ઉભા થઈ વાંધો નહીં
Lycopene is available in tomato. It's available in watermelon. It's available in guava.
આવાજ તો બંધ
But in microgram quantities, you don't get enough. But there is a source of lycopene which is about 70 plus times better than available in Vietnam. We are looking at that food in this picture. You can see it here. Because of that light, I cannot see what is on the screen there. Is that light needed? Right.
Hey, Shekhar, this off is light.
is light and there is some problem with the speakers also check nahi kiya
I will move around. I can see it now. Now, this is our,
suggest
we start cultivating it
okay
and net, and this is how it is. Now you can see the lady is looking at the fruit. This is an unripe fruit. Now when it is ripe, it is reddish in color. But the color we are looking for. The color we are looking for is inside, covering the seeds. This has been around 3 years, but nobody found it or got it out of the country. I not only bring you this one now, I have made it a point to bring the cultivation of this item to India because we cannot use it. We cannot use everybody has taken the lycopene capsule will take it. But many people would like to cultivate this one. Do you know how these people use in Vietnam? They mix this one with the rice. Cook the rice, mix with the rice and eat it. Now I start the scientific part of the presentation. It's also known as baby jackfruit. It in fact looks like a small jackfruit. But inside is the goody material. Now, they call it GAC. It contains two very important carotenoids, not only lycopene, but beta-carotene also. We decided we will not separate them. Why? Because Mother Nature designed it that way. Why would I want to mess with that? It not only has lycopene and beta-carotene together, it also has a little bit of fatty acids that will make sure the lycopene and beta-carotene is absorbed properly. So it is made by nature but not misused by man. That's the way we formulate it. Now, like I said before, it is there in tomatoes, carrots, watermelon, but in very small quantities. What is in Momordica? This particular species is about 70 times more than what is available in tomato. And it is absorbed very well, and that has been clinically studied. Actually, the study was done in Vietnam children, 185 in number. Wherever there is a vitamin A deficiency, they give beta-carotene. So they looked at it as a source of beta-carotene and gave it to the children, and the data was published. Now, there are so many lifestyle variables that affects lycopene concentration in the body. As we get older, the lycopene level comes down. And if you are obese, the lycopene level comes down. If you are smoking, the lycopene level comes down. In liver disorders, and if you consume alcohol, the lycopene level comes down. And lycopene is distributed in major organs in the body. For example, it is there in liver, it is there in kidney, there in adrenal gland, testis, ovaries, and the prostate gland. This is the reason, the biological activity spectrum is the reason why we call it the master nutrient. It has activity in anti-cancer, benign prostate hyperplasia, cardiovascular support, antioxidant, useful in osteoporosis, male infertility, and skin health. Now, these are studies not based on animals. These are human clinical documentation in the last 30 years across the world. And you will see a sample of that now. The anti-cancer activity, especially esophageal cancer, studies were done in Iraq in 1979 and published. Lycopene consumption is associated with a 40% reduction in esophageal cancer. In case of gastric cancer, again, the higher the lycopene level, the lower the gastric cancer rate. Then comes the pancreatic cancer. Now today, for pancreatic cancer, there is no medicine. Now, on the reverse side, there are medicines coming through, the toxicity of which is far more than the effectiveness. But the data published in Journal of Nutrition says that there is a 21% reduction in pancreatic cancer risk.
I'm for it.
Another major cancer.
Okay.
My sound is coming through okay. Is it? Or I'm only hearing myself? Huh?
Okay. Hello.
Okay. So what are these general do here?
Okay. Take it.
Now, with colorectal cancer is one of the major cancers that affects Indians. The consumption of lycopene has shown a 60% reduction in colorectal cancer. Again, this is based on publications of International Journal of Epidemiology and International Journal of Cancer. Again, prostate cancer. Frequent lycopene intake is associated with the reduced risk of prostate cancer. Again, prostate cancer, another study. This is the Journal of National Cancer Institute, an NIH body. What they are saying is, if there is a high level of lycopene in the body, the incidence of prostate cancer is reduced 35%, and when the cancer is very aggressive, it gets reduced by 53% by introduction of lycopene. In addition to that, there's a 26-month study with the 50 milligram per day. Lycopene for 3 weeks showed a significant decrease in prostate cancer compared to placebo. And again, in the treatment group, lycopene group had the signs of regression and decreased malignancy. In summary, the results show all the epidemiological studies point to one fact: it reduces the level of prostate cancer. Now, let me go back and explain the word epidemiological. Epidemiological studies means you go into a state, for example, state Gujarat. You take 1,000 people from here and put one group on lycopene, another group not on lycopene, and follow them for 5 years. And you will see what are the incidence of cancer in the lycopene group and what are the incidence of cancer in the non-lycopene group. A study like that is called epidemiological study. They may do the same study in Andhra or in Maharashtra and compare whether which group did well and whether the lycopene group did well. So most epidemiological studies are large numbers of people, thousands in general. So that's actually very good data. You look at the history, the performance, and the effect, both in people who are taking lycopene and not taking lycopene. Benign prostate hyperplasia. In general language, we will say prostate enlargement. Lycopene plays a role in that. There is a decrease in the disease progression in patients with BPH. And they have shown a graph also. The indicator for this one is PSA level. In the case of lycopene, this is the placebo treatment, this is the lycopene treatment. The baseline data was small for lycopene. Lycopene data went up, but PSA levels came down. Very clear, simple, straightforward graph. Again, another most important area where they find for this item is cardiovascular support. In the prevention of atherosclerosis and cardiovascular diseases. And let's look at what is the documentation they have. And this information was published in American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. Uramic study. There are 10 states in Europe who did the epidemiological study and from which they took out 662 patients and looked at how did lycopene help them. The results show that lycopene is contributing to the protective effect on the myocardial infarction risk, one of the major cardiovascular diseases. Myocardial infarction will give rise to all other problems. So one of the basic disease in cardiovascular disease is controlled by lycopene. High doses of lycopene. Although this is a clinical study, I personally do not recommend anybody takes 60 milligram every day. 15 milligram is okay. Let's do it but let us not overdo it. Because I come from a background, the last 38 years being in the US, one thing I learned in the nutraceutical industry was, if one is good, 10 is better. What they don't realize is, one is good, you are okay, you are lucky. But if you take 10, you don't know the side effects of that one. Most of the studies are done with 1 or 2 doses. Now you take 4 times or 6 times and 10 times, you jeopardize your health. So the ideal thing is, go slow on some of these things. Don't go to 60 milligram. But it's an interesting study. And LDL, there are 4 types of lipids we have. Good cholesterol, that's called HDL. Bad cholesterol, LDL. Then the ugly cholesterol, called the VLDL. Now there is the 4th one, called the deadly cholesterol, lipoprotein A. So the bad cholesterol can be managed by lycopene, but at 60 milligram, we don't need that. We are looking for preventive, not for treatment. So 50 milligram is okay. Now, the reason I put this journal article is, I found that very informative. I said, if the Sami-Darak people are interested, we must print this one out after getting the publisher's permission and give it to the people. The material is an antioxidant. But then you see the term antioxidant with everything and its brother. Everything is an antioxidant. So some of them does good, some of them we don't know what they do. So you have to distinguish what is good for you. Here's another study they did, either 12 milligram lycopene or a mixture of lycopene, lutein, and beta-carotene. And they found the oxidative DNA damage has been reduced. Interestingly, every one of the presentations that I am making here is all based on human data. Absolutely nothing in this one is based on animal data. Now comes something that a lot of people worry about, osteoporosis. Lycopene helps in osteoporosis. How does it help? 2-3 terms I am going to provide you. Osteoclast, osteoblast. Osteoclast takes a little bit of the bone out. Osteoblast rebuilds them. So it is the balance between the two. Or slowing down the osteoclast. And that's what lycopene does. When it slows down the osteoclast, your bone absorption, or the rate at which you lose the bone, is reduced a little bit while the building process is going on. Like higher serum lycopene is associated with lower bone resorption. Again, it helps in the treatment and prevention of osteoporosis. But again, at a reasonable dose like 15 milligram per day. Here, this study was done in 20 postmenopausal woman. You can see the placebo group, the biomarkers stay the same. In the lycopene treated group, in 4 months, it made a statistically significant difference in the biomarker. The biomarker is what is medically referred as NTX, cross-linked N-terminal polypeptide. In summary, lycopene may be beneficial in the management of osteoporosis. Another very interesting area which nobody ever thought of, and the use of lycopene in male infertility. Interestingly enough, the study was done at All India Institute of Medical Science at Delhi. They used 2 milligram morning and 2 milligram in the evening. They had a total of 30 subjects, out of which 26 subjects completed the study. 2000 microgram, which is 2 milligram. What they found was, after 3 months of treatment, the improvement sperm concentration has gone up 66%, and sperm motility has gone up 53%, and sperm morphology has improved up to 43%. Very significant data. A similar one was the case with coenzyme Q10. Okay. With the sperm concentration going up, again, oral lycopene therapy may have a role in the management of idiopathic male infertility. The term idiopathic simply means we just don't know what are the reasons for the infertility. So we call it idiopathic infertility. Again, they have used 2 milligram in the morning and 2 milligram at night. We don't even need 15 milligram. That's why I said in some conditions, even 50 milligram is too much. But unfortunately, we provide only one capsule with 15 milligrams, so you cannot break it down and take 2 milligrams. Yeah, skin health. This actually comes under the category of, what do they call that, skin cosmetics? Nutri-cosmetics. You take it internally, but it does benefit for the skin. The study was done on 20 healthy females with a 16 milligram lycopene for 12 weeks. What they were able to show was the skin density improved 7%, while placebo was only 0.3, essentially no change. Then you see thickness has gone up 14%, scaling has come down minus 60%, and roughness has come down minus 33%. Again, it is published in British Journal of Dermatology. Now, this is what I call the feel-good carotenoid. As I was preparing the presentation back in December, there was a paper published from Harvard Medical School. They called beta-carotene as the feel-good carotenoid. People who have higher levels of beta-carotene in the body are always optimistic. They are very optimistic. You know, if you hear the term, some people are incorrigibly optimistic. They must have higher levels of carotenoids. As I said, it was a Harvard study. People with higher serum carotenoids and antioxidants have a higher level of optimism. I wanted all of you have a higher level of optimism. Very good. Now, the biological action, it actually resembles all the activities that lycopene does, except one difference: immune support, which is not there with the lycopene. All other activities, cardiovascular support, antioxidant support, anti-cancer, osteoarthritis, memory, skin health. The memory and immune support was not there with lycopene. Everything else was there. The way Mother Nature designed for similar pharmacological activity combined together. And I was telling somebody today, you can go out and buy lycopene today at the medical shop, but have somebody test that one. Lycopene may not be there. I'm not kidding you. I'm not trying to make a sales pitch also. It's the reality. When you open, even from medical shops, you buy the label. You may not have the active in that one, especially in the nutraceutical area. Now, here, beta-carotene in heart disease, it reduces LDL. According to my classification, HDL is good, LDL is bad cholesterol. It reduces the bad cholesterol. Now, again, one of the properties as an antioxidant, it reduces the antioxidant stress, called the oxidative stress. That beta-carotene improves several markers of immune function. One example being in elderly, it increases the natural killer, NK cell activity, natural killer. Because as we get older, we are very susceptible to infections. Now, people with good immune function, they will resist that. Beta-carotene is also indicated in lung cancer, bladder cancer, breast cancer, esophageal cancer, and stomach cancer. Very, very similar activity like lycopene. A broad spectrum of activity against cancer. Then again, high intake of beta-carotene shows lower progression of osteoarthritis. None of this is saying that you can keep the doctor away, but you can keep the time far into much longer before you have to get to that hospital stage. And perhaps, given the right amount of nutrition, you may never have to. But some of us, based on our lifestyle, we might get to the hospital much earlier also. Now, cognitive benefits. Today, we are all very knowledgeable about Alzheimer's disease, things that we forget, and we don't recognize certain things. So that cognitive benefit, it is much in the forefront now. Again, beta-carotene and skin has a major influence in sun protection. You go out and expose yourself to the sun. You know, that's a double-edged sword. People want you to go out and expose to the sun because sunshine, vitamin D, that's how you get your vitamin D. So you have to go expose yourself to the sun. Now you do that, you get sunburn. Okay, especially fair-skinned people get sunburned very fast. However, prevention of sunburn, lycopene helps as a nutricosmetic. Beta-carotene helps as a nutricosmetic. Fortunately, I came to sell you lycopene, but I'm telling you it is combined with beta-carotene, so you have no choice but to take it. I could have separated that. I said, no, Mother Nature must have designed it for a reason. Why would I want to mess with that? Again, I'm saying 10 to 15 milligram. Upper limit is about 15 milligrams per day. And you get the same amount of beta-carotene also. Now, in summary, several types of cancer. It can reduce several types of cancer. Antioxidant protection and protect against diseases related to aging, prostate, osteoarthritis, osteoporosis, and cardiovascular diseases. Now, this is the reason why I tend to call this a master supplement. Really a master supplement. You need to take many supplements to get the benefit of all this. But it's a master one. And again, useful in the management of male infertility, nutricosmetic benefits. A lot of good benefits. One single product. Thank you.
I'll request our CEO, Mr. Rajesh Kumar, to please come on the stage, please. And the Managing Director, Mr. Samir Nayak, to please. Now it is time जब हम जो कुछ अच्छा काम किए हैं उनको सर्टिफिकेट दें, सही है? तैयार है आप? जोरदार तालियों के साथ कुछ लोग जो अच्छा काम किए हैं। आज सबसे बड़ी चीज है कि आज Hinaben S. Patel, Deputy Director. Director, Varsha R. Lakshmi. Junior Town Rank तालियों में कमेटी होनी चाहिए। शैलेश मोहनलाल देसाई, सीनियर डायरेक्टर। यमुनानंद इंटरप्राइजेज, सीनियर डायरेक्टर।